Okay, I'll see if I can do some more Yodas. Okay, what did I do for my second one? Heart opening. Okay. Hope you love this. It's coming from my heart. Hi, friends. Welcome. For this practice, it may be good to have a blanket or a couple of yoga blocks. We will start seated. And in my own practice, I love focusing on the heart center, this idea of really connecting with this energetic heart, this center of love and joy and compassion. So what does being open-hearted mean for you today as you approach your practice? Whatever it is, I hope that this practice it allows you to really connect to that. So from here, just take a moment to find your comfortable seat and sit up nice and tall. And we'll just take a few breaths, breathing in through the nose and allowing the exhale to come out through the mouth. Releasing whatever came before coming to your mat. Releasing any resistance to really connecting with your heart. One more breath there. And with an inhale, open the arms nice and wide. And with your exhale, cross the right arm over the left and give yourself a hug here and just bow the head. So what is this idea of being open-hearted for you today? Perhaps it's finding a greater sense of compassion for yourself. One more breath here. Inhale, open the arms wide, and exhale, cross left arm over right. Bow the head again, soften through the upper back. Perhaps in moving from this place of the heart, in turn, you find a greater sense of compassion for those around you, those in your life. One more breath here. Inhale, open the arms nice and wide. Exhale, cross right over left. And this time we're bringing the palms together or the backs of the hands together, eagle arms. Keep the spine long. One more breath here. Releasing the arms, drop the right hand down beside you and left arm reaches over, lengthening through that left side of your body, gazing either down or looking up. Take a final round of breath there. Left hand then releases down to this right knee and slide your right hand behind you for a little twist. Sit up even taller and allow the heart center to be open. One more breath. And unwind, come back to center. Pause, find center. Inhale, the arms open wide, and exhale, left arm crosses over right. Bring the palms together. One more breath here. So this time, left arm releases down to the floor and right arm comes over. Last breath. Releasing that right hand to the left knee, slide the left hand behind you and find your twist. Gazing over the left shoulder. One more breath and then unwind, come back to center. Take a breath. Rolling forwards, come to all fours. And we'll just throw in a few rounds of our cat-cow, really focusing on softening through the chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding. Feel that nice opening through the back of the heart, the upper back with your exhale. Moving with the flow of your breath. Last time. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding through the back. Push the floor away from you. Come to neutral, to tabletop, and tuck the toes. And with an exhale, find your downward facing dog today. Gaze back towards the toes. Move as you need to find your down dog. You can gaze up towards the hands and check that the hands are parallel to one another. And then gaze back towards the feet. And feet are about hip width apart. Think about drawing the lower abdominals in, pushing the hips up and back behind you. We'll take one more breath. Then inhale, lift the right leg behind you, and exhale, step forward with that right foot. Left knee comes down to the floor. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead for a low lunge. Soften through the shoulders. And really, the more we connect to our heart center, the more we start connecting with the real meaning of yoga. This deeper connection with ourselves and with those around us. End of your exhale, release the arms and interlace the hands now behind the back. Start to open up through the chest, through the upper back, possibly gazing upwards. Find what works for you. One more breath here. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Find downward facing dog. Your choice. You can either stay here in your down dog. Feel free to throw a vinyasa in if you wish. You may even want to lower back and come to the floor and take cat-cow for a few rounds. If you're in down dog, just gazing back towards the toes. Pushing the floor away from you through the hands and through the feet to feel that nice upward lift through the core, through the hips. One more breath. This time, inhale, left leg lifts, and exhale, step forward. Right knee comes down to the floor. Inhale, circle the arms up. Find your low lunge. One more breath here. And with your exhale, release the hands and interlace the hands then behind the back. And the more we can start connecting with our heart center, coming from this place of being open-hearted, this place of compassion, maybe easier said than done, especially for those that challenge us as we move through our day. Last breath there. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead. And with your exhale, once again, find your downward facing dog. Option to vinyasa if you wish. Option to take child's pose or find cat-cow. I'm going to stay here in down dog. Feel free to really honor where you need to be today as you come to your mat. One more breath there. On an inhale, right leg lifts, and exhale, step forward with that right foot. Bring the hands to the inside of the right foot, and we're going to turn to face the long left edge of the mat. With an inhale, look up halfway, and exhale, fold forwards. Hands can stay on the floor, or perhaps interlace the hands behind your back. Soften the shoulders. Legs as straight as works for you today. Maybe keep a little bend in those knees. Keep pushing down into the heels. Feel strong through the legs. Final round of breath there. Releasing the hands back to the floor. Inhale, looking up halfway. And exhale, find your way back to face the front of the mat, downward facing dog. Take a little vinyasa here. Stay in your down dog or find child's pose, your choice. Listening to what your practice is calling you towards today. We'll meet back in down dog. And we'll step the feet just a little closer towards the hands. From here, we're going to reach the right hand towards the left ankle and just gaze under that left armpit. Feel that opening through that left side, the left upper back. One more breath there. Release the right hand back to the floor and take the twist on the other side, left hand towards that right shin, gazing under that right armpit. One more breath. Find your down dog. With an inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. And take a few moments just to rest here. Make a little pillow for the forehead. Soften the head towards the hands. Release through the upper back. One more breath. On an inhale, looking up. I'm going to come into Sphinx Pose, one of my favorite little back bends. So feel as though that the arms are parallel to one another and feel as though you're just pushing enough down into the floor to allow the chest and the heart center to open here. Soften the shoulders from the ears. And then possibly closing the eyes here. Feel that nice opening through the chest. Don't move any deeper than works for you. Check that the arms are parallel to one another. And if you need to, release the hands forward a little bit and come into a slightly less deep back bend. Please do so. Breathing here. Last round of breath here. End of your exhale, release the head back towards the hands. It may feel nice to windshield wiper the legs side to side a few times if that felt a deeper back bend for you today. It may feel good just to lay in stillness here, letting the front of the body be released down into the floor, perhaps connecting to the sound of your heartbeat, that physical heart against the earth. Last breath. Hands slide back under the shoulders. Coming back to all fours. We'll cross the ankles behind us and then come to sitting. We're going to join the soles of the feet together and make a little diamond shape with the legs. Sitting up nice and tall, take a few breaths. And then we'll take the hands and slide them under the ankles and fold forward here, bowing over the feet. If you have a block and it feels as though it's supportive, you could rest your head on the block or just let the head hang. And the weight of the legs just create a little bit of pressure down on the forearms, allowing a nice opening through the upper back. Perhaps being more open-hearted is also connecting to a greater sense of joy in your life. What is it that you can do off of your mat to bring a greater sense of joy to your day. Maybe even finding joy in those things we otherwise take for granted. Take a couple more breaths here. Take your time coming out of this with your inhale, lifting up. Release the arms and release out through the legs. So one last pose to really feel into this wonderful opening through the chest, through the heart, and our supported fish pose. So you can use 2 yoga blocks for this and set them up with the first block coming under the shoulder blades. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could also take a blanket and make a little roll with the blanket and then place that instead roughly under the shoulder blades and come to lay over the blanket. I'm going to use my blocks, again, one of my favorite poses. So create enough space between the blocks, or allow enough space between the blocks that you can let the shoulders open up here. The first block comes under the head, and that second block is under the shoulder blades. So releasing here, whatever feels comfortable with the legs, maybe the knees are bent. And relaxing, releasing, feeling supported by the blocks. Tuning into the breath here in the upper chest. And just reconnecting with what being open-hearted means for you in this moment. Finding a few more breaths here. It may feel good to stay here for a little longer, so please do so. When you are ready to move off the blocks, you can bend the knees and roll over to one side. And then take your time coming down to laying flat on the back. Draw the knees in towards the chest. And then taking the legs out in front of you, releasing down on the mat and finding your final relaxation, Shavasana. So I will leave you here. I hope you can stay for maybe as long as 10 minutes. And I hope the rest of your day is full of joy, full of love. So namaste. Is that one a good one? And then lastly,